Hello students, this session is based on Python functions module, Tkinter module for GUI interface, means for graphical user interface. Now what is Python functions? In Python, the function is a group of related statements that performs a specific task. Functions help break our program into the smaller and modular chunks. As our program grows larger and larger, function make it more organized and manageable. So it avoids the repetitions and makes code reusable. This is the syntax of a function in Python. First, we have to use a def keyword, then a function name. Inside the round brackets, if you want to pass the arguments or parameters, you have to give here and then colon. After the tab space indentation, you have to write the statements for the function or the body of the function. There is not supposed to give here a curly bracket. The indentation is must for a definition of a function. For example, we have declared here a one function that is dp, and here the definition of that function by using a def keyword with a name of that function is dp round bracket colon. Inside it we have taken here a two statements which will print a welcome and saket on the screen. So it will execute when we call this function by using the name of that function and then round bracket. So this is your calling of the function and this is your definition of that function. Let's see one more example where we are returning the data from that particular function. So this is a addition of a four values and that will be assigned to the sum, and that sum which will return from the sum function. So this is a definition of that sum function by using a def keyword. The name of that function is sum round bracket colon. Inside it we have done the addition of a four values, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, which is assigned to the sum. So total 10 that will be written from this function. But when all these statements are executed, when we are going to call this sum function, so actually your statements execution will start from here. A is equal to sum, this is your calling of a sum function, then it will be a jump here, it will execute this, and after execution of this all these statements it will return the sum and it is assigned to the A. So whatever value of a sum which is assigned to the A, and then it will print on the screen. So this is an example of a function with return value. Now this is one more example of a function, that is factorial of a given number. Using Python function we are going to pass argument and then we will calculate the factorial of a given number. Now see, this is actually your program. This is a definition of your factorial of a number, and this is your actually the programs where we are where we are taking the number from the user. So we have to write here this input function, and then we will ask for the user that enter the number, that number which will convert into the integer and then assign to the num is a variable. So that num variable we are passing here in this fact function. The name of that function is fact, and where we are passing this number, and then after calling of this function here we are going to call that function, so it will be jump here. This is the definition of your factorial function where this num will be assigned to the n. So suppose if we are passing here a number 5, then it is assigned to the num, and then it will be same as your n is equal to 5. So we first assign here product is equal to, product is a one more variable we have taken here. This is assigned, we are assigning here a one value to here. By using a for loop we will calculate the factorial of that number. Now how it is, see, for I in range of 1 comma n plus 1 comma 1. So already we have seen the range function. This range function which will give here this list, that is 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5, because your start value is 1, n plus 1 is your stop, and the step size is 1. So whatever value which is created by this range function, that will be assigned, each and every value which is assigned to the I. So the first it will be assigned to the I is 1, then multiply with 2, then multiply with 3, then multiply with 4, multiply with the 5. So overall factorial we are getting on this product variable, that is product variable, and this product variable which will be returned from this factorial function, and that is assigned to here that the variable s. So this total program of a Python program which will give the factorial of a given number, and that will be print on the screen. Now the most important concept is module. Module in a Python are simply Python files with the .py extension which implement the set of the functions. Modules are imported from other modules using a import command. So actually here we are creating a two programs, and the one program is you can create your own module also. There is a predefined built-in modules are available for Python, Python library. So you can import that all these modules by using this import command. So first you have to give a import command, that is keyword, and after that whatever module you want to take, which function you want to take from that module name you have to specify in your program. So let's see that you're going to create your own module, and that module you can access in another program. So this is the same program we have taken here. There are the two programs we have written here. The first is module example.py. In this Python program, we have taken the two functions, we have defined the two functions. The first function is definition of a display function, and inside it we have print the welcome. So in a second function we have calculate the factorial of the given number. So this is the same logic we have used inside here, and it will be written the factorial of that number. Now in a main program, that is a factorial.py, we have imported this module, means whatever functions we have defined in this module example.py file, that functions we are accessing in this factorial.py. It will be accessed by using this is import module example. So we can access this display and factorial function in our this program, and it will be accessed by using this module.example.display. So this display function is of this from this file. Again, the one more statement is there, x is equal to module example dot fact of 5. So this fact of 5, this function is from this module example dot py file. So we can access these two functions from module example file in our program. This is factorial.py. So in that way we can access a predefined modules also. We can access the different functions which is available in predefined module in our program, and then we can execute our application. This is again one more module available in Python library, that is Tkinter. Tkinter is a Python interface to creation of a graphical user interface. So Tkinter is a standard GUI library for Python. We can import it by using a name, that is Tkinter, if you are using a Python version 3 and more. If you are using a Python version 2, then you have to use this capital T, that is Tkinter. By using this Tkinter module, we are going to create a GUI, that is graphical user interface. So this first you have to import the module Tkinter. Create a main window, means you have to create your main window of a GUI. Then add any number of the widgets in the main window, just like a button, label, radio buttons, frames, etc. Apply event trigger on the widgets, means when you click on a button, the particular action has to be taken. When you click on a label, when you click on a drop down list, it will be take a particular action. That events you can add in your widgets. Then importing Tkinter is the same as importing any other module in the Python code. So see, we will directly see here how to use Tkinter module. There are the two main functions we are going to use in our program, that is for implementation of this GUI. First is Tk, is the function which will access from this Tkinter module. So it will be accessed like this, that is tkenter.tkoff function, where m is the name of the main window object. So this is your main window object where we can we can create our one GUI. So main loop is another main function in Tkinter module. This method is known by name main loop, is used when your application is ready to run. So this main loop is an infinite loop used to run the application, wait for an event to occur and process the event as long as window is not closed. So here this is the name of your window, name of your GUI window, and that will be accessed, that will be executed by using this m.main loop function. So this one is one example of creation of a GUI with a hello world label. So how it is implemented, first you have to import your Tkinter module, then create GUI application main window. You have to add the widgets there, and then enter the main event loop. So we are directly see here the statements. So the what are the statements are required for your program to creation of this GUI. The name of this GUI is, we have given here a GUI, and the label inside in that window is hello world. So first you have to import your Tkinter module. We have to assign this tkinter.tk function, and we have to create here a one window. The name of that window is we have given here a window only. So you can rename the title of that window by giving the title function, and it will be accessed by this window dot title. Inside this round brackets, we have to give the name of this GUI. So you can give any name here. You see, this is your name of this GUI window. Then a label by using a Tkinter dot label. Label is your one more widget where we can add this label in your window, and whatever text you need, that will be given inside this text field. So this is a hello world we are going to display on this window of the GUI. So we can give the hello world inside the text, and we have to use the pack function, which will be a pack the data for that widget. So the one more function is there that we have to use always in Tkinter module for creation of a GUI, that is main loop. So this is the name of your window dot main loop. When we call it, then it will be created this window, and it will be wait for event to occur and process the event as long as window is not closed. Now one more widget we can apply on your window, on your frame, that is button. That is general syntax for this button is, this is a B is capital BU button. Inside the round bracket we have to give the master is one attribute and the option. Master is the name of your window, that is parameter used to represent the parent window. There are the number of the options. You can change the format of the buttons, means a background color, decide the color, select the text of that buttons. You can use any different type of the attributes inside that button function. So see, this is a example I have given here. This, let's start adding the button to the window, and button is created and added to the window same as the label. So this is your function which will be add the button on your window. The whatever text you want to give on this button. So here we have given an enter, so it will be appear enter on the this button. Now this is showing as a button, but if you want to give the enter for this name as for the button, then it will give you have to give inside the text. And that positionize means using this grid function we can set the button position. Now this is an example of a blink LED. Now let's see here the Raspberry Pi blink LED program, where all the Python's modules we are going to learn. Means first we have to assign the variables, then the data types, different data types of the Python, operators, module, function, how to access this different module, how to use the control structures, everything then we are going to discuss in this same program. So see, this is a import first statement in this blink LED. The normal logic we are going to use for blinking of the LED, first we have to give the high to the output pin of the LED, and then we will give the low to the output pin of the LED. So the first statement in this program is import rpi.gpio as GPIO, where this rpi.gpio, this is a one module. From this module we are accessing this general purpose input output pins. So we can access the all the pins and the functions which is related with this GPIO library of the Raspberry Pi. Then second statement here, the from time import sleep. So time is a already available module. From that module we are going to access this sleep function. Now one more thing, the set warning, this is also a predefined function which is available in GPIO. Set mode, by using this set mode function we can set which board, means which pins we are going to use. This is onboard pin or actual there are the two types of the option, that is a BCM pin and the board pin. So now we are using here a physical pin, so that's why we are indicating here GPIO.board, and it will be set by using a set mode. This function is also belongs to from that RPI GPIO module. Setup function is also from GPIO module, so it will be set the pin number 8. Now we have used here a pin number 8 for connection of a LED, and this is used for a toggling of that LED. So pin number 8 we are going to configure as output pin by using this attribute, that is GPIO.out, and initially we are giving the status for this is GPIO.low. This is a while loop, this is control structure. A while true means this for loop will run forever. First we are giving this GPIO pin number 8 as by using output function as high. After 1 second of a delay, by using this sleep function we are giving this status of this pin number 8 as low by using this attribute GPI.low, and then again we are giving this sleep function for a delay of 1 second. So in that way we can blink the LED by using Raspberry Pi. Now, we in the next session we will see actual demonstration of this blink LED by using a Raspberry Pi.